Hey Bella, welcome to the third or fourth installment now of Cooking Under Quarantine, or Coronavirus Quarantine. Today we're going to be making pancit, which is another Filipino dish that you like to eat, and I like to show you. Now, because this is Cooking Under Coronavirus Quarantine, we don't have access to all the things we'd want. Stacy, mom, was able to go to the store today and find some chickens. The first chicken we've been able to find in a week. Expensive, but you know, right now beggars can't be choosers. There's no skin, which is unfortunate, but we're going to cook that. And I have week-old vegetables. I have some mushrooms, some baby carrots. I got an onion, bell pepper, celery, and green onion. And then, of course, I have some rinsed water chestnuts right there. When you make pancit, you're really just stir-frying vegetables, and you're adding noodles. Now, we're going to use chuka soba noodle. Okay, yeah, close to that, okay? This is the noodle. It comes in this Grandma Lou uses. It comes in this little plastic package. About 2 is good, right, for a meal. But if you don't have chuka soba, you can pretty much use any kind of Asian noodle. Like this is just an egg noodle. This would work. And in a pinch, you know, you can always use this. Just don't boil it so long. Keep it kind of firm because you're going to stir fry it later. But we actually had some of this in the pantry. Yeah. All right. So along with the vegetables, we're going to stir fry some chicken. And the main ingredients we're going to use will be oyster sauce, and then whatever seasoning we have with some garlic, some fresh ground pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and hard-boiled eggs. So I've been cooking hard-boiled eggs in the Instant Pot. They've been sitting for 5 minutes. So we are going to grab these guys out. And put them in a water bath. So I already started, excuse me, honey. I'd already started cooking these guys. Very hot. And I'm just going to put them in an ice bath. Right here. Okay. This literally took 10 minutes to make hard-boiled eggs. Now I don't need this many, but you know, I might want a midnight snack. You never know. So into the ice bath we go with our hard-boiled eggs. Also, while I was preparing all of this, I started boiling some water. Basic, you know, making spaghetti kind of water. Splash of salt, splash of oil. Into this water we're going to put our noodles. Now we can do this now because we want our noodles to cook in 3 minutes flat, and then we want it to cool down. We want to actually rinse the noodles with cold water and come down. So I'm just gonna very lightly
pierce it.
This is a very sharp knife. I just sharpened it, so it's dangerously sharp.
What happens if you cut yourself in this video?
Well, you know, we're under coronavirus quarantine, so don't even think about going to the hospital. I don't know.
Band-Aid Neosporin should do the job.
Cry. Okay, so we're gonna do right now is we're gonna do the video. We're gonna do the noodles now since I have boiling water. You can do this at any time, but you know it's a nice prep work. So I'm just gonna stick noodles inside. 1, 2.
You can get like that there.
3 and 4. Waste not, want not. Okay, now, very important. 3 minutes. That's it. After 3 minutes, you take it out. You're gonna put it in a colander. You're gonna run it under cold water, and we're gonna stop the cooking. Otherwise, you're gonna get very mushy noodles, because you're gonna eventually have to stir fry with these. Okay, take our noodles. Excuse me, honey. I'm gonna just remember to recycle. Recycle is very important. All right. To
Here, say hey.
all right. Gotta clean up this water spill down here. All right, so got my eggs in a water bath. I got this noodles cooking. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pause the video now, right in 2 minutes, and then I'll show you how to ice the noodles, and then we're gonna splash it with a little oil and a little oyster sauce, and just kind of zhuzh it up and let it sit while we do our stir fry. Okay. All right. So you see we got about 10 seconds left on the timer. You can see our noodles are boiling nice. I have been stirring them just a little, just to keep them moving. All right, that's 3 minutes. Fire off.
3 minutes and 2
Timer
seconds.
off. I'm gonna take this. Is gonna be very hot. Be very careful. So take this over here, because I have a spaghetti pot, which you may or may not have. Voila. There we go. And cold water immediately. You see this?
Yep.
Getting some cold water. We're stopping the cooking right now. And instead I need this hot water. Go ahead and just dump it inside. This is very hot. Careful.
Oh my goodness. Why does it look like green?
Ow. Ooh.
Why does it look like green?
It's yellow from the noodle. All right. Okay, let's see. You're gonna get hands in here. Hands should be clean. You're feeling to see if the noodles are still hot, and they still are. Okay. Oh yeah, it's looking good. All we're trying to do is, like I said, stop the cooking process. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in here. Just gonna put a shot oyster sauce in there.
That's like 4 shots.
Well, it's like that's too much. Then I'm gonna shoot it with some oil. That's it. Like I said, we're gonna zhuzh it up. Just gonna zhuzh it up, mix it in. Because we're gonna stir fry this later. So we wanna get some of the sauce on it now. And we wanna make sure the noodles won't just stick right to the pot. Okay. Okay. And that's it. We're gonna leave the noodles there, not touch them again until it's time. All right. Wash your hands because that was oily. Hope you're washing your hands, Bella. For everything you do.
20 seconds.
20 seconds. Well, I washed it. I haven't been outside. All right, so Bella.
Still good.
Now I don't want to record me chopping vegetables. Just some notes. Again, I don't normally use bell pepper in my pancit, and Grandma Lou doesn't, but I need more vegetables. And honestly, you can really put whatever. You can put broccoli. You could put, Grandma puts green pea pods. You're just looking whatever kind of vegetables you want. You're gonna just stir fry it up, mix together the noodles, and you're done. So anyway, I'm gonna clean these vegetables, chop them up. I'll show you how much I'm using for each, and be right back in about 5 minutes. And we're back. So what I was doing is I was just chopping up the vegetables that I have. Like I mentioned before, this is coronavirus cooking, and this is what I had in the refrigerator, and this is what I needed to use. Like, this is a lot of mushrooms, but mushrooms shrink. Plus, I like mushrooms. Plus, they're about to go bad. And you can already tell they're starting to turn. So, this is like the last day before they have to throw them away. So you'll see here I have just roughly chopped green onion, roughly chopped sweet onion, about 3 stalks of celery, about 3/4 of a bell pepper, just for color, really, and taste. I got some carrots, chopped. And again, remember what I told you about, Bella, about the size of your vegetables, right? You don't want any one vegetable to be too big, because then one vegetable cooks or overcooks and another vegetable is raw. And then I have some rinsed, really rinsed well, water chestnuts. So with that, I'm going to turn the heat on. Okay, I'm going to put in some canola oil into the big wok. Okay, we'll let that heat up. While that's heating up, I'm going to take about 3 chicken thighs that have no skin, unfortunately, and I'm just going to slice them up, and we're going to cook them raw in the wok. Okay, so you want to slice chicken thighs, kind of get them as flat as possible, cut them lengthwise, and then hopefully you have a, this knife is really nice and sharp, so I'm barely even putting any weight into it. Okay, so I'm going to go a little faster. Well, actually, let me get the strips first. Let me show you kind of how these strips work. So once you got them in a strip, you take it, you rotate it 90 degrees, and you're going to make basically cubes. Okay, just like that. Not too small, but not too big either. We want this to cook fast. So in wok cooking, in any kind of stir-fry cooking, the goal is to cook fast, searing heat, and yeah, we're going to kind of make it as we go along. Okay, it's kind of how my pancit never looks the same twice. Okay, so
They're like snowflakes.
Yep. All right, let's go a little faster now.
ASMR.
Careful as you chop. Okay.
You are going to cut yourself.
Well, you don't want to cut yourself. Always keep your fingers in when you chop. Okay. And it's slippery too, so be careful. Okay.
That's weird.
All right, there we go. Wash your hands. We just touched raw chicken. And it looks like our pot's now getting warm. You can see that it's starting to smoke just a little. We'll do our wooden spoon test, but I'm pretty sure by sight that this wok is hot. Wooden spoon test, remember? See, spoon is boiling, the oil is hot, so extra hot. Excuse me, honey, I'm gonna back up. We'll do the chicken first, because obviously we want to make sure that's cooked. It's gonna splatter. Can you back up the thing? Yeah, put it down. All right. So, a little salt, pepper. I have a lot of fresh ground pepper. We're going to put garlic in here, and we're going to be layering more seasonings as we add more things to the pot. Okay. Do a little onion powder. Just a little. We're going to be adding more later. All right. Waste not, what not. Oh, almost had it. Got it. So you see how this is going to start shrinking? It's going to start to get white. Now we don't want to cook it fully. Well, we want it cooked, but we're going to be cooking this with other vegetables. So we're going to just get it to when it's mostly cooked, and there's no more pink visible. Now you can tell the difference between that color and say that color, right? You can see that's white, that's more pink. But this is also dark meat, so some pieces are going to be darker. Okay, we put some garlic in here. All right, next thing, we're adding vegetables. Now when you add vegetables, some vegetables cook longer than others. Like mushrooms are the last thing you add. You want to put the heavy heavy things in, like the celery, the carrots, and the water chestnuts, okay? Onions will be kind of right after it. Okay, here we go. No pushing, everyone has room in the pool. There we go. Chestnuts, carrots. Here. It's starting to smell good. Yeah, a little more salt. Just a little. I'm not putting a lot. I'll put a little garlic powder. A little garlic powder. Why not? We got garlic in there. Mix some garlic powder as well. And again, I added vegetables, some more pepper. Okay? No coughing on my food. Sorry, that was loud. Alright, so let that cover for a bit. Let that cook off. And then we're going to throw in, very shortly, we're going to throw in the rest of these. We're not going to throw the green. Onions go last, like last, like when you're almost done with everything.
Even before the mushrooms?
No, mushrooms are going to go in after this. I'm talking about green onions, like
no,
we're done cooking.
Yeah, mushroom, then green onion.
The mushrooms is second to last. And then, so mushrooms, then noodles, then green onion. Okay, green onion is last. All right. Look. Oh yeah, good. Starting to see the celery will tell you. It's like, okay, it's starting to get a little soft, just a little. And when that happens, go ahead and chuck in other vegetables that cook at different. These cook faster. These in. You're like, oh my God, your pot's so big, or it's so full. Yeah, like I said, these things will shrink over time. So, and you're fooling with the camera there. Give it a shot. A little bit more salt, just a little. I'm not putting a lot. Just a teeny pinch each time I layer in other foods. A little more pepper, just a little. And funny thing is, what's going to happen is as the vegetables shrink, they're going to give off moisture. So we're going to steam these, we're stir frying. Same time we're steaming our vegetables. I'm going to hit them with just a shot of soy sauce for color and some salt. Oh yeah. This is gonna look lovely. You got nice colors. You got green, you got oranges, you got your reds, your whites. You know, pancit should be like a rainbow. Should look beautiful. All right, now, while we're waiting on that, we could probably peel a couple of our eggs. So,
I can stand here and not burn this one. Okay, there we go.
can you see?
There we go.
We're just gonna roll the egg around in our hand, around in our hand, around in our hand, around in our hand, around it goes. And then, hopefully, if it's not too fresh, it should, and it is, coming right off. There you go. Super easy. All right, chicken there, so I'll do that. Same thing here, just crack it, roll it around, and it should just come right off. Now I know, Bella, you don't like a hard-boiled egg, but it's a tradition, so we gotta have it. And oh yeah, the last thing, I gotta find it. Grandma puts paprika on the very top of everything. Kind of like a last-minute sort of color. I don't think it imparts much of a taste, but again, we're trying to make Grandma Lou style, and Grandma Lou uses paprika, we're gonna use paprika. Let's have a look at our stir fry. Oh yeah, looking good now. Woo. Last one. No, don't do that. You see there's not a lot of oil, natural juices. We're gonna add some oyster sauce in about 3 seconds. Oyster sauce, Panda brand's good, but you know, Lee Kum Key.
That's
Not a lot.
That's a lot.
That's about it. Okay, you put some in the noodle. Put some on our pancit. Your dog is at my feet. Damn it!
He wants whatever you dropped.
Murph, move! I kill you! Get up,
A wooden
move.
spoon.
All right. Yeah. Spank you with a wooden spoon. See, by now the chicken is fully cooked. It's gonna sit in here with the vegetables, cooking with the vegetables, onion sauce, and the towel.
Or get flavor from the vegetables.
Exactly. All right, here we go. And with our mushrooms. Just those cook quickly. And these mushrooms are going to shrink. It's going to be like a magic show. I'm going to put the cover on and be like, abracadabra, and you're like, the mushrooms are gone. Because that's just the nature of mushrooms. They're so good. Good source of vitamins, too. All right, look at that. Beautiful. Yeah, nice and incorporated. Oh, I lost another one. All right. To the cover. We're still on high heat. All right, so the next thing we're going to do, so we're going to take eggs. I clean this, so it's clean. Take this, just because I don't want this pot. I want this cutting board. Okay, I want you to come on this side of me. The next thing we're going to do is take our noodles. Voila. And waste not, want not. Oop.
There you go.
Okay, come on, Kai.
What?
You're supposed to be a professional by now.
Experimentation!
No, it's experimental video. All right, so it's cold. Right, we got oil in it, so it's not going to stick to the pot. All we're going to do is we're going to just slice it up a little. Okay? His grandma's pancit is not long noodle, it's short noodle.
Easier to eat, I say.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. All right, let's check out stir fry. Oh, it looks so good. Hey, where'd these mushrooms go? Yeah. Oh, they're all gone. They've shrunk. All right, chicken is fully cooked now. The vegetables are still crisp but soft. The mushrooms, you know, are now shrunk, but they're not disappeared. They haven't collapsed. So we are ready. Turn it off. Wait, why are you turning it off? Well, you really want to stir fry the vegetables and then add the meat in later. I don't have another wok to do that. And I don't want to, actually I don't want to waste another pot. You know what? Okay, what I normally do, I'm not going to do it today, is I take the noodles and I pan fry them real quick. Boom, 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 boom. And then I add in the gook. But I'm being lazy today. Well, hold on. All right, let's do it the right way. I'm going to show you the right way. I got to wash this bowl anyway, so might as well use it. Okay. Ooh, last one. Yeah, this is hard to do. I got mad skill. No! Dog got that one. Hold on. I want to save all this juice. Do it the right way, Fatty. Just do it this way. You know what? Just put it in there. You could just add the noodle and be done with it. But I want to give the noodle a bit of a crisp, just a little. And because it's also cold. The noodles are cold right now. This is hot. I add hot, I add cold. It's not going to match very well. There we go. All right. Into the fire. Heat it up. Shot of oil. That's it. And remember I said we have onions and we have the eggs. We'll leave those for now. Make sure these eggs don't fall. They'll run on me. Hey. Stay over there. All right. Here's our noodles, our beautiful noodles. Here's our hot, barely oiled pot. Into the noodles we go. Into the, once more into the breach, dear parts. Or something on that. I forget my hand. Not my hammer. Excuse me, bud. I'm going to put this right behind you. Actually, I'm going to cut that thing. All right. So I'm just going to warm up the noodles. Did I say I was going to add last?
Onions, green onions?
Yes, ma'am. And green onions now. Okay, now, oh, you gotta be careful. You gotta be, see how it's starting to stick? Add enough oil to the. Alright. Add not enough oil. My bad. You don't want the noodles to stick or burn. You got to keep stirring. I'm gonna go ahead, add in all the goodness, mix together, stir fry it together. A little bit more pepper. Yeah, not a lot. Just layering some flavor. If this is just a tad more salt on noodles. And that's pretty much all she's gonna write here, baby. You can see we have a nice ratio of noodle to vegetable and meat as you start to stir it. It's like a Mongolian barbecue, but better, done with love, not with big old chopsticks.
And free ice cream.
And free ice cream, that's true. And not for $20 a head, jeez. So that's about it. We're gonna let this cook down. We'll lower the heat a little. What I want to do is I want to mix the noodles together. Again, they're still cold. I'm starting to burn them on the bottom. That's my bad. You try to cook and make a video at the same time. I'm not a professional chef. I just play one on TV or YouTube. Okie dokie. That I'm gonna call done. And then the paprika. You go, when do you put the paprika in? That's gonna go in when you put it on a plate and you make it all nice and looking. That's when here. Let me show you. Grandma Lou style. How to present your pancit. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at the colors. You get some meat. Oh, yes. Yes, yes.
This is Nerf's plate, by the way.
This is not Nerf's plate. He eats this, I'm going to kill him. This is not for him. This is for us. You're going to love this. All right. Okay, I'm going to come over here. What you come over this side? Show you what Grandma Lou does. Take our egg, chop, chop, and, oh, I lost it. Come back, Mr. Egg. This, like that. Now, why do we do this? I don't know. Been done this way my whole life, and so I'm all about keeping up with tradition. And there you go. Now, but then we'll take paprika, and ever so gently, she would cover the plate like that. Okay. That pretty much does it. Here we go. This is pancit using coronavirus ingredients. Anyway, it's good as some, better than most. And just stay safe, Bella. Come home and you can have this. All right?
Nah, it's not gonna last tonight.
Take care.
Bet.
Bye-bye.